allegiance to land, sea and community. We pay our respect to their elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples today.
න්‍යාය පත්‍රානුකූලව මීළඟට යෙදී තිබෙන්නේ පොල්තෙල් පහන දැල්වීමයි. ශ්‍රී ලාංකිකයන් විදිහට පොල්තෙල් පහන දැල්වීමෙන් අප බලාපොරොත්තු වන්නේ අඳුරින් ආලෝකයටත් අයහපතින් යහපතටත් පරාජයෙන් ජයග්‍රහණය කරත් පියවන් කිරීමයි.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you might aware that Sri Lankans have this tradition of lighting an oil lamp before we start a ceremonial occasion. So let me now cordially, respectfully invite the following dignitaries to light this beautifully decorated oil lamp and mark the beginning of the ceremonial occasion. Venerable Beruwala Sri Swabitra Thero, the chief incumbent of the Kenwick Buddhist Temple, Venerable Dunagaha Munindra Vansa Thero from the Mahameunawa Buddhist Monastery in Perth, Venerable Pallevila Visuddha Vansa Thero, Brother Mark Senanayaka from the Faith City Church, Nadarajan Kurukkal Bala Murugan of Hindu Temple Perth, Honorable Roger Cook MLA, the Premier of Western Australia and the Minister for State and Industry Development, Jobs and Trade, Public Sector Management and Federal State Relations, Honorary Consul of Sri Lanka in Western Australia, Dr. Rosh Jalake, Dr. Jax Krishnan, MLA, Member for Riverton, Mr. Yas Mubarakai, MLA, Member of Jandakot, Kalakirti, Dr. Ravibandu Vidyapati, Mr. Sudharman Radhalekola, Deputy General Manager, News and Current Affairs, Independent Television Network, Sri Lanka, Mrs. Jiva Panditasekara, the President of the Sri Lankan Cultural Society of Western Australia, Mr. Senagiri Silva, the President of Perth Sinhala School, Mr. Pubudu Herat, the President of the Sri Lankan Sinhalese Buddhist Society, Mr. Dinesh De Silva, the Vice President of Ridma Foundation, Mr. Anthony De Silva, the President of the Western Australian Sri Lankan Association, Mr. Dinu Ekanaka, the Advisory Member of Sri Lankan Cultural Society, Mrs. Ilendra De Silva, the Advisory Member of Sri Lankan Cultural Society, Mr. Sanjeeva Besundara, Advisory Member of the Sri Lankan Cultural Society, Mrs. Minoli Senadira, the immediate past President of the Sri Lankan Cultural Society, Mrs. Niranjala Galhenage and Mr. Anuruddha Lienage, representing the senior members of the Sri Lankan Cultural Society. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, you are kindly and cordially invited to light this beautifully decorated Sri Lankan traditional oil lamp and mark the beginning of this ceremonial 77th Independence Day celebrations of Sri Lanka here in Western Australia.